Muslims and to know how precious Jerusalem is to all of you.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formal part.
Your Excellency, the President of the State of Israel, Reuven, Your Honorable Society Morangi Bainimarama, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Fiji, Honorable Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister of Tonga and Tuvalu, Honorable Ministers and Pacific Island leaders, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Sambulunaka, Shalom, and a very good evening to you all. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Fijian government and all Fijians, it is indeed a great honor and pleasure to welcome you to Fiji. I'm glad to finally have gained the opportunity to meet you in person after many trips to Israel through my days as a peacekeeper, and in my current role as Commander-in-Chief, who would have imagined that our first meeting would take place here in Fiji. Now, those in the room might not know, but this day is a long time coming. Towards the end of 2016, I was flying from Baghdad to Tel Aviv to visit our peacekeepers on the ground in the Middle East and had planned to meet their good self, President Rivlin, immediately upon my arrival. Now, sadly and unfortunately, my plane was delayed in Jordan and running late. As a consequence, we had to settle on a phone call instead. Now, but despite having a long and friendly relationship, nothing can replace the power of personal face-to-face connection. So I and all the Pacific leaders in this room tonight truly value your visit. Thank you most sincerely for gracing our shores with your very brief and short visit, and I am so happy to hear that you intend to come back again at some stage. Now, that connection and that personal face-to-face interaction is exactly what has bound the Fijian and Israeli people over the course of the years. Now, thanks to the brave efforts of our young peacekeepers, many thousands of Fijians have come and gone through Israel, with both myself and our Honourable Speaker of Parliament serving the very first deployment to the Middle East through your beautiful country in June of 1978. It seems such a long time ago. Now, since then, the bond between our two nations has strengthened with every passing smile as Fijians pass through the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. It has strengthened with every hymn sung by our peacekeepers as they prepare for deployment from Tel Aviv. It has strengthened with the caring hand of every Israeli doctor and nurse who have treated our wounded soldiers returning from the front lines. And it has strengthened with every young Fijian student who has learned invaluable lessons on trade and technology in Israeli institutions. Now, it is clear that one thing has remained constant through the decades: the warm embrace of hospitality that countless Fijians have experienced at the hands of our friends in Israel. Now, that is why it gives me such great pleasure to return the favor this evening as we host you, Your Excellency, President Rivlin, here in Nadi. So, as we mark the many ways the Fiji-Israel relationship has strengthened over the years, Your Excellency, I am confident in saying that our ties have been made even stronger with your visit today. Thank you, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, as we gather today in celebration of President Rivlin and the renewed ties between Israel and the Pacific, I welcome you all tonight and thank the heads of government, representatives in the room for your presence at today's historic Pacific Island Leaders Summit, particularly those who have traveled from great distance throughout the Pacific to be with us today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the partnership that we have forged with Israel over the years is a glowing testament to how two countries at opposite ends of the earth, while seeming so different on the surface, can find shared purpose and pursue common goals. Your Excellency, nearly 34 years ago in 1986, we saw the first visit of an Israeli president to Fiji when your predecessor, President Chaim Herzog, paid a visit to our shores. At that time, I was a much younger man. I'd like to think that I'm still young. Serving as a peacekeeper in Lebanon, the world was a different place then. Now, both Fiji and Israel have grown, both in the development of our economies and in our place on the global stage. Now, the threats we face have evolved, and the geopolitical, economic, and climatic landscapes we must navigate today pose new challenges that no nation can tackle alone. So on that note, my friends, I would like to end tonight by wishing both our beloved nations and peoples continued peace and prosperity and a new era of strengthened relationship between Israel and the Pacific. Almighty God has been kind to all of us, and may those blessings continue as we work together in the years and generations ahead. Thank you. Toda
Such a pleasure, such an honor to be here among friends. I must say, in the name of all the delegation and all the Israeli people, we feel in Fiji at home.
Thank you.
Your Excellencies, Honorable President of Fiji, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, Excellencies from all around, distinguished guests from across the Pacific. Your Excellencies, my dear, dear friends, good evening. Nisebola. It is a great pleasure. It is a real great pleasure to be here among friends. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mr. President, for being such a generous host, and to you, Mr. Prime Minister, for making such special moment possible. Friends, I have come here all the way from Jerusalem. I am a Jerusalemite. I am a son of Jerusalemite and son of Jerusalemite. My family are in Jerusalem for the last 220 years. I am seventh generation being born in Jerusalem. My children are eighth generation and my grandchildren are ninth generation in Jerusalem. My family has lived in Jerusalem for many, many years, since 1809. Jerusalem is, was, and always will be the eternal capital of Israel and the Jewish people all around the world. We would also deeply appreciate your formal recognition of Jerusalem as our capital, because you know the Bible so well, and you know that Jerusalem is connected to the Jewish people for the last 3,000 years. I know that the Republic of Nauru have decided to move their embassy to Jerusalem, and I hope that everyone in the Pacific will do so, because actually Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. This is a fact that cannot be changed. And while I come from the holy city, here in the Pacific, I have found the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden, just as I did in my trip to Tonga years ago as the Speaker of the Israeli Knesset. These visits have left a deep impression on me. An impression which I will take with me as I continue on to Australia and, of course, back to Israel, back to Jerusalem. Our countries are many kilometers apart, and I know I know that most of you traveled many hours to be here. But when there are close bonds between hearts, we can overcome even great distance. We have so much in common. We are all small countries which are proud of our tradition and committed to democracy, freedom, and progress. We are all people that makes a natural partnership, and we are natural partners in meeting one of the greatest challenges of our time: combating climate change and promoting sustainable development. I strongly believe, my dear friends, that we must increase our cooperation in fields such as emergency response, food security, energy, solar energy, agricultural, health, and water management. Already today, we cooperate in many areas. Hundreds of people from the region have taken part in training courses in Israel. And Israeli doctors and experts have come here to perform treatments and assist with disaster relief. But the potential is much greater. That is why I was proud to announce at our summit earlier this morning the establishment of 100 scholarships for students of agriculture and the launching of the Israeli Pacific Food Security Alliance. Our strong friendship extends to the international arena as well. We deeply appreciate your support at the United Nations. We deeply appreciate everyone in Israel, every citizen of Israel appreciate that and your attitude toward our country. And we hope that it will continue to grow. In the face of the gross bias against Israel at the United Nations, it is not enough simply to abstain. The unfair political discrimination against Israel must be actively opposed, and opposed by our friends. Dear friends, I look forward to welcoming you, and for some of you, to welcome you again to the President House in Jerusalem. The President House in Jerusalem is open to you as if you are there really by daily meetings. Once again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your friendship. And thank you for that you are doing to deepen the bonds between our countries and our peoples. And as we say in Hebrew, L'shana haba'a b'Yerushalayim, which means next year in Jerusalem. It is wonderful to be here every year, but next year in Jerusalem, my dear friends. Vinake veka lebo. Toda rabba, as we say in Hebrew. And God, may God bless all of you, my dear friends. Thank you.